glad we're talking about a different show, The GOAT, because I know the last time we spoke was for the Traitors, and that didn't necessarily go so well for you.
It did
Is this
not.
a shot at redemption for you?
I mean, the Traitors gave me the interest in competition shows. And you know what? Everything happens for a reason. That show was definitely not for me. It wasn't fun. It was dark and murderous. And it had like a low rent vibe about it, the way the talent was treated, because we were with regular people who'd never been on TV before, and they're treating us the
Mm.
same as those people. And I'm like, bitch, I'm like 9 seasons Shahs of Sunset. You got people off the street over here. So when I got to the GOAT and I saw how production was so professional, the work environment was something I'd never seen. And all of a sudden, we're cameras up, and it felt like we were shooting a Hollywood blockbuster. I was like, Amazon Freebie, Prime Video, where have you been all my life? I literally couldn't believe that I was loving living in a house, sleeping on twin beds, and having the time of my life. It was literally kind of surreal that they were paying me to be at adult sleepaway camp in a mega mansion.
Right? It's a nice house too.
Yeah,
And now I know in the first episode, Daniel Chas jokes that like they're trying to find out who's best at being on reality show out of who was available during the production window. I'm
totally.
curious for you, outside of yourself, your show, your co-stars on this, who would you consider the GOAT of reality television?
Well, the GOAT of the people that were on our show, competitions aside, if you look at each character and what they've done, I'm gonna say I'm the GOAT because 9 seasons of the same show. I did my show from start to finish. Unlike Jill, she got fired. New York kept going. Kristen, house, luckily she's back
Hmm.
on a new show. Kudos to her. That's amazing. But of the people in and around reality TV, from accomplishment status, I have to look at Bethany Frankel
Right,
from
that's hard not to.
where she was to where she is now. Talk show on network TV, all the money, skinny girl, everything she's accomplished in her life, like bow
Right,
down, kudos to her.
she set that standard for branding for sure.
Yup.
And you know, once you did get into the house, you saw who else you were going to be competing against. Is there anyone that you were maybe immediately intimidated by or clocked as competition right off the bat?
Honestly, I thought Joey was someone to look out for. I had seen him. He'd already won a competition show. Like,
Hmm.
it's like hard not to be intimidated by him. His personality's huge. I just thought like he's gonna take this thing.
Mm. And did you think anyone else in the house maybe had preconceived notions about you just having seen Shahs of Sunset? And do you think that helped or hurt you in your game?
Honestly, I don't know that anyone had seen Shahs of Sunset, maybe other than Jill.
Mm.
Um, but Chef Jason was like, "Oh, I didn't think you were gonna like me because I shop at Walmart." I was like, "Bitch, you can shop wherever you want. I don't want to shop at Walmart, but I'm not gonna judge you for shopping there. Like, just because I'm a fancy queen doesn't mean you have to be one too."
Was it nice to have another Bravo person there with Jill?
No.
No.
She was horrendous, and she acted exactly like she acted when she was on Below Deck. The way she
Mm.
treated production and the people that were there to create a great show was unbearable for me. And she turned out to be, not. The funny thing is, she knew me from before, and I watched all the episodes, and literally, she was the go-to person for disparaging remarks about Reza. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, now I know where I stand with you. We're good.
Mm. So you've seen the final edit and now you it's
Totally.
changed maybe how you've looked at some
Well,
people.
well, the funny thing was, before Shahs of Sunset, when Shahs of Sunset was on the air and she'd gotten fired from New York, she
Yeah.
tweeted that Bravo's gone downhill because I was at a gay bar sniffing some guy's armpit. And we got invited to a group dinner, and she was going to be there. She wrote me an apology card and got me like a bag of chocolate chip cookies. And I should have known then that, like, you're showing me who you are. I should believe you, but I gave her a second chance, but
Mm.
honestly, I shouldn't have.
And outside of the Jill of it all, how was it living in this house with so many other people? I mean, it's got to be a different experience.
I was dreading it. And that
Yeah.
part was the best part. Cutting up at night in our room, laughing until my stomach hurt, falling in love with Tech, falling in love with Joe, Jason, Justin, Wendell, the people that were in my close proximity in my room. It just, it, I didn't want to leave. Like that part of it was the best.
And lastly, do you think now your game when it comes to strategy alliances is stronger than it was, your first time out on the Traitors? Do you think you've picked up on that learning curve now?
Definitely. If you're on a competition show with gamers, they're not there to make good TV. They are there to win money.
Yeah.
Davon was playing this game like her life depended on that money. And I'm there to make good TV and have fun. So I think that you need to tweak your strategy depending on how close you want to be to that money.